This is Mr. John Townsend, and he grew his channel from 0, just like all of you, to over 1 million subscribers. And today he wants to give you the behind the scenes look at all the strategies, the tactics, the tips, the tricks that he used to go from 0 to 1 million. So you can take these and use them on your channel. Hey guys, my name is Tim Schmoyer. Welcome here to Video Creators. We are all about helping you guys as established creators better grow your business and grow the audience that surrounds that here on YouTube, which is exactly what John has done. So when you started your channel, what was your original idea of like how fast it was going to take you to get to 1 million? Or was that even like you weren't even thinking about that at the beginning?
We started out at the very end of 2008. And there was nothing like that.
Yeah.
You know, YouTube for us it didn't start out being like, we're trying to achieve this thing. So many subscribers or whatever. It was about, how do we serve our customers with simple instructional videos? It only became we need to have so many subscribers many years later.
And so you have gotten a lot of views, and you have many videos that have millions of views on them. And so as you look back over your years of growing this channel, what were the main things that you feel like contributed to getting to that 1 million subscriber mark that these people could use on their channels?
I would say, number one, it's actually staying in the game. It's continuing to make videos, continuing to make consistent videos. That's the only way to grow a channel. So there have been times when we have backed off the channel for different reasons. We were busy with other things and the channel just, it deflates. I mean, it might not be good for us as creators to have to continue to generate content all the time, but that's what YouTube wants. And if we want to grow our channel, we've got to play that YouTube game. And it's like a compound interest thing. As you create more content, you'll get more viewers and there's more content for them to see. So they have more interest in subscribing to your channel and going back to it.
And the other thing that happens there is the more content that you make, the more lessons that you're learning, the more mistakes you're making, and the more you're learning what the audience responds to, what they don't respond to, what works well, what doesn't work well.
As YouTubers, we have to grow in what we do, how we produce videos. We can't just say, I'm doing the very best thing because I've decided that this is the best thing. And if you don't take that content and subscribe to it, then something must be wrong with you. When that's not true. It means we aren't doing the right thing.
Right.
So we have to realize when we aren't doing the right thing. We have to stop making content for a second and look back and say, okay, now how do I make content that people actually want? Am I serving my audience that I've decided who I want these people to be? And I have to decide some kind of audience. I can't just say, I'm going to serve everyone on the planet. That doesn't work.
So is that the second thing you did then, was like decide who are we going after and like really focusing on them?
Well, actually, it's realizing when things aren't working. You get your original audience from your original idea as you first start making content and the people you talk to about your channel or however they find you in the first place. But you get an immediate feedback and you have to decide, am I doing the right thing? You have to stop for a second. You have to look at what that audience, how it's responding. Are they watching the video? So you look at your analytics and you say, okay, this video worked, that video worked. What is serving my audience properly? And then we dig into the fun and the pain of the comment section, which is it is a thing I think that is the quantum leap forward in communication in YouTube. It's so much better than the other methods we have, like television or radio, which has virtually no feedback. And we get the feedback of actual real people talking to us, and crazy. We get to talk back to them again. We get to respond to them. No, the comment section really gives us a chance to look at what we're doing, judge it, and give us ideas about how to change that.
Yeah. So 2 questions for you. Let's start with the first one. Is you said that you have to know when to stop, and what you're doing isn't working. How far do you go until you make that decision? You're like, I know this isn't working, I should pivot now. Or is it like, no, this just needs more reps? How do you decide that?
In some ways, we should decide that almost immediately. Although, at times I feel like I've tried things not enough. That's different for different situations. And I've made giant mistakes where I've continued to make content that wasn't the right content for my audience over and over and over again. But the funny thing is if I really had at the time dug into my analytics, I'd done more than one type of content. And you could see what was popular and what wasn't. But I didn't heed that. I said, no, I'm going to force feed my channel what I want to force feed it. That was a mistake. It was a big mistake, expensive mistake. I wasn't serving my audience. So we have to look at those things, and we should respond to them more quickly if it's obvious.
Yeah. When we're working with clients, we typically think of like, let's try 8-ish, 10, maybe 12, depending on how frequently they're posting. Let's try it like in that number of videos. Because if you only do one video, it's hard to know if that was just an anomaly or something else. Just that title and thumbnail, or maybe there's too many variables. But if you do maybe like 8 of them or 12 of them or so, somewhere in there, you start to get this idea of like whether or not this is working. If you've been doing the same thing every week for a year and it's still not working, then you are definitely at a point where you should be like, okay, time to change strategy or retweak our brand or the messaging or something, go after a more specific audience or something like that needs to change. The second thing that you said was you go to your comments section for data, and there's a lot of people there who are just like, I love this video, thank you. And then you get the comments like, oh, you deserve more subscribers, I love your stuff. And I take that, I'm like, well, thank you. If my content deserved more subscribers, I would have more subscribers.
That's right.
How do you take what people are saying there and say, this is valuable for me to use, and this is just a raving fan. Thank you, I appreciate you. But like, it's kind of like your mom's telling you that she loves you. She kind of has to, right?
One of the secrets is how many words are there in the comment? If it's short, positive, negative, whatever it is, it's just a short idea. They're just jotting it down. If they really dig in on the comment, either it's a whole lot of bad or it's a whole lot of good. Generally, those ones that are just like, oh, you deserve more comment, they can be bad for us because they can puff us up. We can think, oh yeah, so our content's perfect. It doesn't need to be changed.
Right.
When that isn't true. Our content always could be better.
Sure.
There's no way we're doing the perfect thing. But sometimes we need to look at those bigger comments because that person's taking a lot of time. It could just be a crazy troll coming after you, right? But you can see that right off the bat. But sometimes there's a real gems in those, and they can give us some real hints to the future about what we should be doing because they've thought about it. If you're going to type that long on a comment, you're thinking about it. And sometimes even an extremely negative comment can lead you to a breakthrough in what you're doing. It can be very, very hurtful, very damaging to you. Some people can't do that. But really, occasionally, there are comments that are totally eye-opening if you spend the time to dig into them.
And accept the truth that's there while rejecting the criticism that's unfounded. Is there anything else that you say contributed to the growth?
Getting professional advice. Digging into paying for someone on the outside to look at your channel. People like Tim Schmoyer can come in and really...
I am not asking him to say this.
People like Tim Schmoyer can come in and give you a quantum leap of forward momentum in building your channel.
I think it's really important that we hire people who, like for me, have business experience and advice that I will never have. And so they come in, they're like, oh, Tim, like here's the problem that's going wrong here, or you need to adjust this and that. And I'm like, thank you. I know some things about sales, but I don't know a whole lot. It's not like my expertise. So I hired a sales guy to come help me with that. And he helped me change some things on my website. And the next launch I did, that page, my page was, what I wrote was converting about 1.5%. And what he did converted at 8%.
Whoa.
To the same audience.
Massive.
I made back the money invested in that in just like a couple sales.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a great exchange. We all need mentors. We all need people to guide us and lead us who have knowledge and information and insights that we could then never otherwise get on our own.
If I went back in time and whispered in my ear for just 10 seconds, pay money, John, do it. Don't be a cheapskate. It will be worth every penny. We have to keep experimenting. I think as we're growing this channel, we can't look back on data if it's all exactly the same. What good is good is the analytics, right? So we always have to be purposefully experimenting with little things and with big things, different kinds of content, different kinds of thumbnails, different kinds of titles. Sometimes we can get stuck in a rut thinking this is the right thing to do. I'll just keep doing it over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, I commonly see channels that grow really rapidly doing one thing, and then that one thing just doesn't have the same growth trajectory forever. Eventually it plateaus and it starts to decline, and they're like, well, what's wrong? Like, the thing that grew my channel before is not working anymore. And you're like, yeah, like not even a television series goes more than like 7 seasons before it declines and gets replaced with another show. And so it's like that, always reinventing yourself, experimenting, keeping things fresh is something you should do before you need to do it, not like after the plateau and the decline starts to happen. So
yeah, sometimes we need to change for us.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
We
yeah,
need to
for the
change because
creators.
as a creator, you have lost your creative juices. You can't do this thing anymore. And even if the channel is continuing to grow, you yourself you have to grow, so you have to change. You have to do it.
Yeah. If you guys want to check out John's channel, I highly recommend you do it. It's a favorite of our families. You can go down there, check it out, and subscribe and follow along with John's journey as he continues to grow. And if you want to learn more from other people who have grown their channels from 0 to millions, this guy over here, he grew several channels to millions of subscribers very quickly, and he shares with you also all the behind the scenes tips, insights, and tactics that he used to do that. So learn more from Sean McKnight and Cute Girl Hairstyles over there, and I'll see you over in the next video.